Hi, I'm Marna, and this is a Dolls Rescue channel, and this is my Blythe doll, Gothia. She is a goth Blythe that J Dolls UK and I did a collab together for quite a while, over a year, called Dolls Gone Goth, where we would ask you to dress your dolls as in goth outfits. I have the wings tied around her waist on this side with holes in her little, or a hole in her cape so that it looks like this. We did Dolls Gone Goth, and what we did is each month we gave a theme, and then we asked you to show your doll, any kind of doll at all, in a goth outfit or a goth setting, and it was very well received. So guess what? J Dolls UK and I are going to start doing the Dolls Gone Goth again, and we will challenge you each month to join in. We will use the hashtag Dolls Gone Goth, and then a word behind it usually is what we had done before. Here's the problem with my poor little Gothia. She is on this horrid, if you are looking at AliExpress dolls, it sounds like such a good idea, and when you first get them, they're lovely. These ball-jointed bodies. I don't know what they're called. I don't care what they're called. I'll never buy another one. I love the faces, the molds that they have with this type of body. But these bodies get so loose everywhere. I mean, they get floppy. These knees, I have done everything to you can imagine. I spent months last year working on that. I put super glue in here and worked it so that it would have a little friction. That did not work. I must have 10 or 12 rubber bands, clear rubber bands in the hip joints. The waist joints has quite a few. So what we're going to do today is put her on an articulated body. The problem is we also want to add a neck joint to this doll. They have a more upright head, as you can see. I like these dolls. I hate this body. If they would have done a better job, this would have been my body of choice. We're going to crack this head open, Darren is, and we're going to find out if the head or the neck joints that Darren has been making and customizing for each of the different heads, if Gothia will need a new one or if we can use one that Darren has. Okay, we have the head popped open. You want to show that neck, turn it around, yeah. This is what the inside, you can pull that necklace off. The inside of this doll's head, the body of the neck looks like. One thing I do want to point out, I do like the bust. I like that body. I just hate that it's not made well and becomes so floppy. And it's not, there's no strings in it, it's elastic strings in it where you could tighten it. So what Darren's going to do is look at the neck joints we already have made. What do you have? How many different types do you have so far?
2 necks and 2 head pieces, different head pieces.
Okay, but we've already used them 3 ways, right?
Yeah, 4 ways. All right, so she wants me to, this is the old body here with a very unusual neck piece, head piece. This part here goes in the head, and then this is the neck, of course. So you can see this is going to be close, but it's kind of thin. And we'll try that here in a second. But it doesn't matter. This body we're not using. She wants this body. This is something we pulled off another doll. But this has a very unusual, this is an unusual neck joint also. This is a flexible neck joint.
An icy head came on that doll.
Yeah, and you can see though that it's not, it can lean this way, but it can't lean the other way. It can lean forwards and backwards. It's kind of a hokey thing. But this makes it difficult because this will have to get cut off, but then we still have this moving ball inside. I'll have to epoxy this, drill a hole down through there to mount the one of the head piece or the neck ball joints these are icy bodies because she uses the icy heads on the chubby Blythes she
They're
makes.
right there.
Yeah, in fact, there's some right here
We're
you
getting
can
ready
see.
to put together the doll.
So the trick here is where to cut off, and I think if I cut off right here, even with the top of the neck, just basically lop that off, I should be able to get enough stability without having to put a bunch of glue in there, where you always run the risk that the glue may not work well. Anyway, so it'll be cut off and hang about there. I don't know if you can see. Once we cut it off, the top of the neck will be about 2 millimeters down from this inside, the top of this box that's inside the head. So let's see real quick here. How does this look? Now see, this is loose here. Usually they get in tight. You don't want this loose because then the head's going to flop around.
So you'll be making a...
Yeah, so we'll need to make a thicker joint here. So we'll be making a new custom head piece, the piece that goes in the head, and quite possibly we'll also have to make a custom neck piece that will fit tight on this.
The cap piece?
The cap piece. These here go on the neck. It's a neck ball joint, and then inside the head is the socket, the head socket piece. So we'll have to make customs of both of these.
This is how we precisely, I say we, what I mean is Darren, precisely cuts the necks. I think I'm getting the camera his way. I'm not as good of a camera person as he is.
So after, well, twice this many, so I guess about a dozen small modifications and tweaks to get the right design, we have the final candidate here. We're going to go ahead now and attach the neck joint to the neck. See, I cut it off here. We'll drill a hole down in here and attach the neck joint, and we'll attach it to the doll.
Darren's being modest. He was one full day of calibrating, recalibrating, reprinting, retrying. He really tweaked this. Okay, the screw is in there right and tight, as you can see. We went ahead and added another string. I think it only had one string, pull string in the back of her head. So we're adding another. I won't have beads on her today, but that's all right. Let's see how that slides right in, custom made, what I call right and tight. I am thrilled. Thank you, Darren.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to manipulate her head a little bit. Oh, that's very cool. Okay, Gothia has 2 strings. I still have to put her new beads on, and there she is. And woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo, she has movement of the neck. How cool is that? These dolls, these ball-jointed Blythes, again, I love the expressions, but they're completely different. Even their eye mechanism is different. I'm going to open her eyes. Are they going to be heavy for you? Huh? So I got to get her black fingernail polish on, her new hands, and the hand I just made her. And we're going to start doing the monthly Dolls Gone Goth, and this coming month on the 16th at 6 o'clock. It's kind of important to get your videos scheduled for the right time. That way when people are clicking through, looking at all the goth dolls or the challenge dolls, your channel comes up. And you can schedule a day or a week or a month ahead of time. But this coming month on March 16th at 6 a.m. is Central Time, yes, is Black Flowers. You can interpret that for any kind of doll, goth doll, that you would like to show us. Thank you for watching the Dolls Rescue channel. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe.